Hey, you guys, I just coming to you again today with another very interesting mom-son moment. So I'm upstairs and I'm working in my office, and my son was downstairs watching a little series that we actually both watch. It's mom approved. And so he comes upstairs and knocks on my door and enters, and he says, "I have to tell you something, mommy." And I say, "What, son?" And he says, "I finished the series." And I said, "Oh, you did?" And he says, "Yeah, and it was really emotional." And I said, "It was?" He said, "Yeah, and I feel really emotional." And I could hear the cracking in his voice, and I could see a little tears sort of welling up in his eyes, his little nose getting a little red. And I said, "Did something happen?" And he said, "Well, I'm just gonna let you watch it." And in that moment, I saw that all he really wanted was for me to validate what was happening, his experience in that moment, and to be held. And so I let him crawl up in my lap for a moment, and I just held him, and I could just feel his little chest, and the sniffling, and he was just needing in that moment to have a validated experience of emotion. And so, it just made me think, as parents, we are hardwired to try to fix things for our kids, to take away the pain, or to try to take away the pain, to minimize the amount of suffering that they experience. And that's valid. That's what we're wired to do. However, the allowing of the fullest expression of our children allows them to develop their own emotional intelligence. You see, I grew up in a home where I received the message that the only emotion that was acceptable to feel and to express was happiness, was joy, was that being okay, was laughter and gratitude. And for me, that manifested in me, or that caused me to push down any other feelings and invalidate any other feelings that I had in myself. And so I've spent a lot of time since then redeveloping my capacity to identify and to healthily express any type of other emotion that might occur, because we are human and we will experience all emotion. And so we as parents need to normalize the full experience and expression of emotion in our children. We need to normalize, especially in our young boys, the expression of sadness, or the expression of grief, or the allowance for crying and for tears in our boys. Because again, that will allow them to develop their own emotional intelligence and developing their own capacity to self-regulate and to self-soothe in a way that's resourceful. And so just wanted to share that with you today, and in hopes that as you go along your day and as you interact with your children, no matter what age they are, that you begin to understand and validate their feelings and their emotion and their experience of the world. That is the gift of understanding models of the world, which is something I teach in my NLP trainings. It's being able to understand, listen for, and really respect our children's experience and their model of the world, and to allow and to empower that full expression, that full emotional experience for our children, so that they can grow up and have healthy attachments, healthy emotional expression, and healthy communication. Okay, have a great day.